Hey, Tim Frisch with a Frisch Perspective here, your Christian nerd bringing you analysis, reviews, and fun. Today I want to start a topic that was brought up by someone who watches my channel, and they thought it would be interesting for me to talk about studying the Bible using the computer and online materials versus paper Bibles and physical books. So let me read what this viewer wrote to me. He said, I thought it would be cool to hear your thoughts on balancing the study of Scripture between Bible software and physical copies of the Bible. I have an extensive Logos Bible software library that I use for study and personal reading. Quick access to content, easy cross-referencing, translation comparison are a few advantages of software. Sometimes I find flipping paper pages to be ideal for getting reacclimated to books of the Bible and their location, and sometimes not being distracted by all the options in Logos and simply reading my hard copy yields a great time with the Lord. So you can see in that comment that really there are two sides to this. There's advantages to both. So today I want to show you some of the computer-based tools that are available. And there are many tools that are available, more than I'm going to show you here. But I just want to give you a sampling of some of the ones that are available that might be helpful to you. And then I'll share some of the advantages that I think we can see in using computer-based tools for Bible study. So let's look at just some of the examples here of Bible software. And the first one that I'll show you is the one mentioned in the comment, Logos Bible software. The Greek word is logos, but I think a lot of people usually pronounce the software Logos. So that's how I'm pronouncing it in this video. And I don't have a full-blown version. I had someone who bought me some Logos Bible software, or it was related to Logos Bible software, and it got me started in using this, but I never have sprung for like a full-blown version that I pay for. This is just a free basic version, but it still has some great tools. And if you really want to get into Logos, there are so many wonderful features and resources available on this program. And so just to show you here, the user interface, the way that it's set up is really nice. On the right here I have a commentary. They have tabs so that you could go to other resources. This is a book here by Jonathan Edwards. But this commentary here, this is a MacArthur New Testament commentary. And we're in 1 Corinthians. So on the right I have the commentary, on the left I have the Bible. And then on the Bible here, you have the text, but if you want to see the original language behind the text, I can add that there. And I can add so many things. If I want to add the Strong's numbers, I can do that. I just have so many options. So that's Logos Bible software. Another software that's available that some people really like is eSword. I haven't used this a lot, but I know some people do really like it. And again, you have a lot of Bible options available in this program, commentaries, and just different resources that will help you. Here are some of the features that they give on their website, and it just shows you there are a lot of things that are available to you here. Another resource, and this is one I use, it's free and it's, for me, just really easy to use, is blueletterbible.org. And what I like about this is that you can just look up the reference very easily in the search bar here. You can choose your translation, and they have a lot of translations available for free. I mean, you can see they have the King James, New King James, they even have the Net Bible, the New Living Translation, the English Standard Version, Christian Standard Bible, NASB. I mean, they just have a lot of translations. And then when you get down here to the text, it's really nice because they have this tool section, and if you click on that, then you can see the original language with the Strong's number. If you click on the Strong's number, it takes you right to the Strong's entry there. Gives you a lexicon entry for this word. You can listen to the word pronounced.
Strong's H 7225. Reshith. Reshith.
It also includes cross-references, commentaries, dictionaries. One more computer-based program that I'll show you. This is online, BibleGateway.com. You see me use that a lot on this channel just because it's so easy to use. You can type in a reference in the search bar here, and then it brings you to your reference. You can set up different translations to look at and compare. And to add another translation, you just click that button there and you get another translation. So you can compare different translations. If you're looking at one verse, you can also just compare it in all available English translations. So there you go. This is Romans 3:23 in all these different English translations. So I think you can see that there are some really awesome things available for the computer, and it's got a lot of advantages to it. So let's talk about that. What are some of the advantages of being able to use computer tools like this? Well, the first, and I just showed you there, is translation comparison. I just think it's awesome that if I'm looking at a particular verse, I can look at that verse in all these different translations. I can also compare passages in a couple different translations, and it's like having a parallel Bible, except at my fingertips I have all these different translations available to look at in a parallel format. So I think that's just incredible, being able to compare translations very easily. You can't beat these computer programs for doing that. So translation comparison, also search. If I want to look up a word, and again I'm here at Bible Gateway just as an example, if I want to look up the word justification, for example, I just type that word in the search box, and it brings up different instances of the word justification. This is in the English Standard Version, and on the right side here it shows me in the New Testament that this version uses that word 3 times, and I can see where it's used. I put in the word faith. Now you can see that word comes up 470 times, 179 times in the Old Testament, 296 times in the New Testament, and it gives you all the locations of that word. And you can just click on there and go right to the different verses that use that word that I searched. So it's so good for searching for different terms and different places in the Bible and getting to those places very quickly. Online programs, computer-based programs, are great for that. They're great for looking at cross-references. If we go, just as an example, to Blue Letter Bible, they have this cross-reference section here, and it gives me all these references, for example, for beginning and God, and then they have these cross-references here for me to look at. So all those verses related to those topics right there. Computer programs just allow you to go to places in the Bible so quickly and see everything all in one place, like those cross-references there. So useful. And that leads to another great thing is if I have that information there, then I can also copy and paste it. So all those cross-references, I could just highlight those, copy them, and paste them into a document. Another great way that you can copy and paste is in Logos Bible software. And if I want to take and quote this commentary here, for example, I can just highlight that and I can copy it and I can put it in a document. Just copy and paste, and then I can quote that commentary there very easily, put it in my sermon manuscript or in a document that I'm writing. Very easy to quote things, and I can do that with commentaries, books, the Bible. Very easy to copy and paste. Another feature with Logos is I can actually create a visual copy. So when I click on that, it actually creates a slide for me of that quote. And then I can save that, and it creates an image that now I can use for PowerPoint and for presenting to an audience. So what a great thing. I mean, that's just a sampling of what's available to you with a program like Logos. And one final thing I'll say about computer-based tools is that you have all of that information available that I just showed you, and it doesn't take up space. I mean, just to give you an example with Logos, you got a library here of different books and commentaries, and all of these things are right there at my fingertips, and I don't have to carry a bunch of books or have a bunch of books on a shelf. Same with Bible Gateway. I have all these translations that are available to me, and yet I don't have to have a huge bookshelf to carry all these translations. And if I'm traveling and I want to have a bunch of translations available with me, or a lot of different books available, the computer allows me to have access to those books without having to carry them. I mean, can you imagine how hard it would be to take all of those commentaries or Bibles with you if you were traveling? And yet I can have that entire library at my disposal if I have it all online in a computer-based program. So that gives you an idea of some of the many advantages that there are to computer-based tools for studying the Bible. But I will say there are advantages to physical copies of the Bible and having books on your bookshelf, and we'll look at that next time. So that's some of my thoughts on this subject. I would love to hear what you think about this. Some of your opinions and thoughts, leave them in the comments below. And as always, thank you for listening to my thoughts, brought to you from a First Perspective.